Westeros is a harsh and unforgiving place, and making tough decisions without knowing what consequences you may face is terrifying. The fate of House Forrester lies in your hands, and a snap decision can mean a whole lot in this universe. Throughout Telltale's first chapter of the six-part episodic adventure, you will definitely have some tough ones to make. With a large slate of new characters and a handful of familiar faces, Telltale, in conjunction with HBO, have delivered a strong first episode that pairs Telltale's excellent interactive narrative with the brutal and unpredictable story that is expected from Game of Thrones.
To the Lannisters! Aye! Iron from ice! Aye!
Episode 1 of this series kicks off after the events that transpire at the end of Season 3 of the TV show and the third book, and therefore this series is made for existing fans and not for newcomers that just want to jump into the universe. This series, just like the Telltale games that came before it, plays like an interactive narrative. Quick-time events are common in the action sequences, although throughout the dialogue-driven scenes, you are given an option of up to 4 different lines of conversation to choose. Each decision you make will have a different emotion or tone attached to it. Whether you choose to be rude, nice, or sympathetic will have drastic implications on how your storyline differs to mine. Each playthrough tailors to how you play, and your decisions will impact on the story that unfolds. The game takes upon a similar structure to the TV show. It jumps between a number of different areas and characters. In the first episode, there are 3 different characters that you take control of. Garrett Tuttle, a squire to House Forrester, Mira Forrester, a handmaiden to Marjorie Tyrell in King's Landing, and Ethan Forrester, the new lord of House Forrester, who is thrust into power at a young age with some important decisions at his feet. House Forrester once served underneath the Starks, but after the events that transpire at the beginning of the episode, where their loyalties lie is forced into question. Each character plays a vital role in the survival of House Forrester, and with each character making some incredibly tough decisions during the first chapter, you'll be second-guessing yourself almost straight away. House Forrester and the new characters that are introduced are well written and offer an intriguing storyline that I look forward to experiencing over the next 5 episodes. It is great to see some familiar faces throughout the 2.5-hour opening episode. The addition of the original actors from the TV show playing their counterparts in the game is excellent and adds a special touch to immerse you within the Game of Thrones universe. Garrett's scenes are the more action-orientated out of the 3, breaking up some heavily dialogue-driven sequences with some intense yet simple swordplay. Some heavy decisions weigh on Garrett's shoulders almost immediately, and his overarching story that requires him to deliver a secret message for only certain ears to hear is certainly an intriguing one. Mira's scenes do well to change up the setting from the dark and dreary Ironrath to a sunny and colourful King's Landing. Playing as a handmaiden to the soon-to-be queen provides an interesting insight into the internal struggle of Marjorie and Cersei. One of the highlights of Mira's scenes includes an intense conversation with Cersei Lannister that is as terrifying as you would expect. Ethan's scenes are easily some of the strongest of the episode. With the absence of his father, Ethan is forced to take control of House Forrester, and a notable scene that involves a powerful argument with the lord of a rival house is both brilliantly written and acted. Telltale have differed from their usual cel-shaded comic book style art direction and gone for a more realistic look in this series. The character designs are good, looking enough like the TV show characters to satisfy fans, and most of the time the environments look equally as good. Sadly, on some occasions the backgrounds do tend to smudge and look quite messy. As the engine chugs along, textures take a while to pop in and it really starts to show the age of this engine. Telltale have delivered a strong opening episode that fits incredibly well in with the TV series that a lot of us know and love, not shying away from the harsh reality of this brutal tale of 5 kings. A well-written and convincingly acted opening chapter that is full of tough decisions and a shocking conclusion does an excellent job at setting up what is next for House Forrester. We give this game an 8.7 out of 10.